backing out behind.
Todd Gordon grew up just outside Utica, New York, and spent a lot of his weekend evenings at the Utica Rome Speedway watching Richie Evans win a lot of races. He's a former driver. He is now Joey Logano's crew chief, and his contrary strategy has put Logano out front.
Yeah, what I've been seeing over the last several laps is Joey Logano's better Jimmy Johnson better in 3 and 4. Joey Logano is better up off of turn 2. That's where he's able to gap the 48 just a little bit. But the last couple laps, I believe the crossover in those tires, old tires versus new tires, is starting to favor the 48. What do you think, Vince?
Well, and as you guys talked about, Todd Gordon made the call, and it's definitely a team effort with the spotter, Tab Boyd, up top telling Logano constantly where Jimmy Johnson might be running that gains a little, or where Joey happens to have a particular better corner. A moment ago, he said Johnson tried to hook the bottom, but it didn't gain him any ground. Certainly a team effort for the 22, trying to keep Joey Logano out front of the closing laps.
You got to give, Joey a lot of credit. He started on the outside lane. He chose correctly there. He's doing a fantastic job holding Jimmy Johnson off, but you can see he's given enough room for Jimmy to get a little bit of a run off of turns 1 and 2. He's having a harder time holding that bottom. I just don't know if he's going to have enough to hold him off all the way to the end.
Jeff, sorry, Mike, go ahead. It's the sum of all the parts. It's the pit crew. It's the driver. It's the crew chief.
Here comes Jimmy Johnson.
It's the spotter, and we got to change the lead right here.
Johnson to the lead with 16 to go.
How many wins does Jimmy Johnson have here in Texas?
6. Maybe one.
How many championships does Jimmy Johnson have?
7. How many wins does Hendrick Motorsports have this year?
0.
None yet.
All those things are possibly going to change. This thing stays like this, but it is anything but over, folks. We've seen cautions come late in this race and change everything.
Jimmy Johnson started this race in the rear. The grid was set by the cars who qualified, then point standings, and then drivers with backup cars or unapproved tire change in Johnson's case started from the very back. The last driver to win from the rear is Jimmy Johnson at Homestead. Joey Logano is not giving up second place to Kevin Harvick without a fight.
Oh, he's putting up a fight, I can tell you that. Fights? Joey Logano? Did someone say a fight?
No, I didn't say that. And Kyle Larson is within 1 second of the lead as well.
Based on what I'm seeing with that 48 car, they're all fighting for second right now. That 48 is setting sail. Just
You can see Logano drifted up the racetrack right there. He's just having a really hard time. I think the handling on that car is just starting to go away a little bit, especially now he's behind Jimmy Johnson. The aero is affecting that car, and he's just having a tough time keeping it right on that white line that is so important to do.
Just a few more laps on the tires, I think, is probably making the biggest difference.
Well, and he hasn't had the best handling car all day, so it was a great gamble, and I mean, it's gotten him into this position. No matter what, it was brilliant.
I agree.
Casey Kane back in the race. They had some rear end issues, perhaps an axle.
Hey, I want to tip my hat to Todd Gordon and Joey Logano because they knew, I think your point, Jeff and DW, they didn't have a car that could win this race. If you just follow the leaders, that's what you do. So I applaud them for getting off strategy and maybe taking advantage of that caution.
Well, now it looked like the 42 got that 4 car up the hill, and he's going to maybe make a pass.
What an aggressive move by Kyle Larson. Did you see how hard he sailed it into that corner to get to the rear bumper and try to loosen up Kevin Harvick?
He loosened him up just enough to get by him.
Yeah.
This season, the best Chevrolet team has been Chip Ganassi Racing, and here is Larson in third and Jamie McMurray sixth.
Well, we got 12 laps to go, and this thing is far from over. That 42 got around Kevin Harvick, and now he's setting sails trying to catch the 22.
Seventh place.
Now, I talked about searching around the racetrack. Brad Keselowski's been all over this racetrack trying to find ways by. He was just to the outside of the 78. Now he's searching the high line down here in 3 and 4. He's going to get there.
That outside has really come alive the last little bit of this race. They've been able to make passes down there.
And the back end of Truex's car has gone to sleep. It just won't hold the racetrack. You saw a big double bobble there in turns 3 and 4.
Man,
You just got to love Brad Keselowski's tenacity. The kid never gives up. I mean, he's a great race car driver. He really is. He searches, he fine tunes, he gives great information, and he fights hard on the racetrack for those positions.
oh, he's not going to give you much, I can tell you that. We got a real battle here. I tell you, the 42 and the 22, they got a little battle going here.
Well, it's Penske against Ganassi. The one just went after the 2 for 6th place. And here is Larson going after Logano for 2nd.
Boy, I know how bad the 42 wants to get by the 22 of Logano. Here's another battle further back. 6th place with McMurray and Keselowski. They keep, Keselowski can get to the inside. He showed him the outside a couple laps ago. Now McMurray's using that against him.
Yeah, that outside in 3 and 4 is really, really working now. The race about over with, but it's working now.
I think he's going to clear him right here, jump up in front of McMurray, complete that pass.
6th place for Brad. Jimmy Johnson leading by half a second.
So 42 is fast right now, so let's stay on it. Let's get some good wins together. That 42 is pretty fast. These 3 cars back.
Hey, Jeff, that 42 is pretty fast.
He's been fast all day.
He's worked himself. He worked hard today to get back up there at the end of the day.
Yeah, the best thing for Jimmy Johnson right now is the 22 of Logano in between them, and the laps are winding down.
Yep, 7 to go. 6 this time.
Ooh, a little bump right there. You could see Larson was on the apron, kind of clipped that white line, hit that bump, and it upset his car.
I think sometimes, Jeff, and it's really maturity and experience and what you learn. You get to a point and say, okay, I'm overdriving my car. I don't want to mess up. I'm going to settle for what I got.
Well, coming to 5 laps to go, Rick Hendrick has 2 cars in the top 5. Jimmy Johnson leading. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 5th. Jr. looking for his first top 5 finish since Pocono last June.
Yeah, he likes his place.
And Chase Elliott back in 9th place, so 3 in the top 10.
Not a bad day.
There's the running order for Hendrick Motorsports. Casey Kane back on track after a rear axle problem. We're under 5 to go.
And right now, I just love this turn. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's minding the gap. He's watching that mirror, keeping an eye on that 22. He knows that he's not as good as the 22's not as good as he is. If he can keep the 42 behind him, he's in good shape.
Because his right side tires are 11 laps fresher than Joey Logano's right side tires. All due to race strategy, but that's what makes Joey Logano a second place car instead of, as Larry pointed out, maybe a 12th to 15th place car was that strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a little surprised Jimmy Johnson has not been able to build a bigger gap. I really expected when he got in front of Logano, he'd just pull away, but he really hasn't. What that's doing, that's giving this opportunity not only to Logano, but on board here with Kyle Larson. If he can get by the 22, he might be able to get up there and make something out of this before this thing's over. But again, just running out of laps, 3 to go.
When you've got 80 wins and you won 6 at this racetrack, I think he's just kind of keeping everybody at bay. I think he's got a little left in the tank if he needed it.
He's doing all that he needs to.
That's it.
Logano is his best friend right now because Joey Logano is holding Kyle Larson at third. Larson got a good run off
do the same thing he did to Harvick right here. He gets right on his bumper trying to get him loose. Yeah, it's going to work.
Here he comes. Got the nose under him. I think he's got the pass made off turn 2 right there.
The one thing Kyle Larson doesn't want to see right now is this. The white flag coming to 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Larson is 0.8 of a second back. Closing. He was a 10th faster than Johnson that last lap, but he's going to run out of time. Jimmy Johnson last in victory lane at Homestead. Jimmy Johnson, Lowe's, Hendrick Motorsports, and Chevrolet win in Texas. They beat Kyle Larson by 0.4 of a second.
That Larson was on a tear, man.
Couple more laps. It could have been.